Good morning. So guess what is happening today? So it is almost Halloween and Dunkin Donuts released a new drink. It's like peanut butter cup and a spider donut. Who does not love like Halloween and like little autumn fall drinks and food? So I ordered in the app and right now I'm gonna drive through the drive-thru to get my order. And I hope they do have that spider donut. It is pretty early right now. It is 8:35, so I am kind of 100% positive that they do have the order. Of course, because it is 8:30 in the morning, we are going to be standing in a long Dunkin Donuts line because who doesn't love Dunkin Donuts on a Friday morning?
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, I placed the order on the app for Maria.
Alright, you can go for it.
Thank you. So I actually wanted to DoorDash this morning. I logged in, but I think because it's like a Friday morning, you know, people are working, they're not like really ordering food and whatnot, so I didn't really get a chance to DoorDash, but I am gonna do it for lunch because I feel like Friday lunch might be a little bit busy because, you know, Friday people are like happy, they want to like get their food. But anyway, I gotta pay. Wait, I forgot I paid already. Damn. Okay, and we have our delicious, beautiful coffee. So it's a small, original iced peanut butter cup macchiato. Yeah, they have a hot version too of this drink, but of course, I decided to get the cold version because it looks prettier. It has like such pretty like looking colors. It's like orange and looks like a peanut butter cup. And then let's check to see our beautiful spider donut. Oh my god, the spider is like falling up. Okay. Isn't it pretty? Like, it's like obviously like a munchkin in the middle, but they drew the legs with frosting to make it look like a gorgeous like spider. I'm gonna take a bite right now. It's good. I love the creativity of people and how they come up with all this stuff. It's just like fascinating to me. But let's taste the coffee. This one is so good. Oh my god. I'm not really like a huge fan of peanut butter anymore. Once I tried almond butter, hazelnut butter, I was like so done with peanut butter. I just like didn't want it anymore. This is good. Oh my god. I have almond milk in here too. Oh my god, this is actually so good. It's probably gonna be my favorite drink now. I'm gonna be ordering this. But I think this is gonna go like out of season soon. Probably like in a month you're gonna have like Christmas drinks. This is delicious. You should try this. Oh my god. So I know this was like a quick taste test, but I like really wanted to talk about that movie Dune that just came out. So I saw it last night. Oh my god, it is absolutely amazing. So some stuff that I like noticed with the movie in comparing with the book, because I did read the book. It took me a while to finish reading the book, like maybe 4 months or something, but it had like 800 pages. And I kind of dragged a little bit. I read very slow. The chapters were very long too, like about 20-minute long chapters, so it was kind of very hard to like sit in one sitting. I think when the chapters are like short, then it feels like you're reading more chapters, even though it's the same 20 minutes. So, the book is good. I only gave it 3 stars though because I just couldn't find a complete connection with it, mostly because of the wording in the book. It was very hard to understand at times what was happening. And I even went as far as going on like those, you know, those websites where like you could read like notes of what people wrote, like a summary of books. So basically that's what I did. I had to go read like a couple of notes and like summaries because I couldn't like follow the book or like what the conversation was, because it was kind of like a little bit complicated to follow. So another thing was that it had a lot of Middle Eastern like verbiage inside in the book, so sometimes it was very hard to follow because there wasn't like a exact translation of the word. I read it on a Kindle, so I was able to like highlight the word and it would like give me like Wikipedia or like dictionary options, and it did not always like translate it like a lot. It would sometimes just give me like a little snippet of the book, of a text, like where that word like is in the book, which kind of, you know, didn't answer my question fully of what the word means. So I was kind of getting like a little bit of the concept of the whole story, but like not fully. I think it's just like my fault also because, you know, like English is not my first language. I tend to read books that are not like science fiction, and this was a science fiction and like half fantasy, so like it was like a made-up world and stuff, so sometimes it's just hard to follow for me because like I like something that like is logic, that follows the true life, you know, and it makes sense. But this was like a lot of like made-up words and characters, and it was just like a little bit hard to follow. So I read the book, and then literally like a week before the movie came out, I had to like really push to finish on time, and I did, which I'm very happy I did. So I watched the movie and I absolutely fell in love with it. Like the whole story just made so much sense because obviously like I knew who was going to be the traitor, because I like understood that part in the book, like who the traitor is, like what is going to happen, who is going to die, what is going to happen, like, you know, like what's going to happen. So like I knew that, and immediately like I was like, oh my god, I actually understood the book. I was just like maybe missing like a few concepts in the book. Like I think what I missed the concept was like the mother could like is like very powerful, and that she could like talk into people's brains or something like that, which is like really cool, and like, you know, and it was very like shown and presented in the movie very well, and like very creepy too. I feel like what really stood out in this movie was the sound effects, and I don't know if they were like really like wanted to emphasize, and that was the goal, because the music was extremely loud, and like all of the like sound effects were so loud, and even at one point it was like loud, and then it went completely silent, which kind of like was like, whoa. So I don't know if they were trying like to do that as a goal, like they were trying to like make you feel something through sound, because this movie was a little bit slow and it was dark almost in the whole movie, and then when it was light, like your eyes would just like almost pop out of your eye sockets because it's just dark, you know, in the theater, and then all of a sudden it was like bright. But it was like a little bit like slower pace, you know, like it's a storyline that's building, you know, and I think they were trying to build our emotions and connection to the movie through sound, which I absolutely love, and I think they are gonna push that for the Oscar, which I hope they do win. So overall, like comparing the movie and the book, I absolutely like adored both of them. The book, obviously, like the only reason I gave it 3 stars was just like my understanding and concept, kind of like I thought like I didn't really understand it, but then like after watching the movie I proved myself that I actually understood it, just like missed a little bit of like a couple of concepts. I do wish though that they like maybe presented the side characters a little bit more, because I think in the book they were like a little more emphasized. Overall, like it's a pretty good book. I liked it. Like in the intro scene, because the intro scene in the book was kind of, if I'm not wrong, because it is like about 4 months ago that I read the beginning of the book, but I think the beginning of the scene was when the Reverend Mother, she was there to test Paul to see, you know, if he's ready, and if he's like the one, or the so-called, and he had to stick his hand in the box. And I vividly imagined it, and like pretty much how I imagined it, it was pretty similar, but that scene came like more further in the movie, like it was in the very, very beginning. So overall, like, yeah, the movie was very well made. I absolutely liked it. There is gonna be a second part in the movie, because it didn't end. It was just like, you know, it was still building up, and then it didn't finish, because, you know, 800 pages, you want to fit most of the story, and you can't really do it in one movie. So there's gonna be a second movie, probably gonna come out like 2 years later or something, like 2023. So we're all gonna be waiting for that. And I did love Timothée Chalamet in that movie. He was so good. He just fit the character so well. Just overall, every character was really good. Like, they were casted very well. The acting was very amazing. So I guess we're gonna see like the relationships build more, because I think, like, I'm not really positive, but I think in the book it kind of skipped some years when Paul then has kids or something with Shawnee, whatever the girl's name is. So we will see how that will be presented. It could be possible that that is how it's going to start in the second movie, and I hope I understood that part correctly. So if I didn't, just let me know in the comments and we can talk about it. Yeah. So another like really cool thing that was like in the movie, I absolutely loved all of those little like aircraft or like plane helicopter things that look like little bugs. I don't know, like, see, the thing is, what problems with reading like books for me sometimes is like I skim over these like details, and I just like kind of focus like more like on the story and like the plot, and I like completely like kind of disregard the details. So I think I completely missed the description of the little planes, which is kind of like a little sad, because like I wish like I could have imagined how it looked, but yeah, so oh well. Hopefully next time I could concentrate a little bit better. I think that's what happens when you kind of try to think a little bit too much about everything while you're reading, and you can't like fully connect into the story. I mean, it could also be, you know, the style of the book, the style of the writing. That's why sometimes it doesn't fit for you, and like just sometimes it doesn't work out to follow correctly. Like the one book that I perfectly followed correctly, and I remember like was just like I was just so emotionally attached to it, was The Sundown Motel. I do have a video, I could link it to you guys below too. Yeah, it's just, you know, some books just like give it to you, some you just cannot connect emotionally. But I do believe in trying to read multiple like different styles and seeing what fits for you. You know, it's always good for language, vocabulary building, and help your mind be more imaginative too, because it really helps you build your you know, imagination and see how you can build the story while you read it, and then when it does come to life in a movie, see it, if something you imagined it was exactly the same as it was built out in the movie. So yeah, there's like a lot of great details in the movie Dune that I really loved, like all the sand dunes. I think I'm gonna check to see where the movie was filmed, because I'm very interested to see where these dunes are located. Yeah, the worm, the desert worms or sandworms. Oh my god, that was impressive. That footage was impressive. Like how it just like came up so big and almost like took them, you know. That was the most impressive thing. I did not imagine it in that way at all. Like I really thought it was gonna be something way smaller, not so aggressive, but that whole thing just ate a whole machine that was used to harvest the spice. Yeah, the blue eyes of the Fremen were pretty cool too. Like I loved the how the movie just turned out. Everything was just so beautiful, so well put together. Really follow the story, and you know, and some pieces that maybe like we didn't fully understand or grasp, or just like wasn't emphasized in the book, was really emphasized properly in the movie. So everything just played a really crucial part, you know, in the whole storyline. And nothing was like, I would not say like, you know when some movies you watch, mainly like Harry Potter, I would say, because that movie kind of really stands out to me, because I read all the books. I like the books more than the movies, because I think the movies had very little detail. It was just skimmed over a lot of the stuff, and I feel like if you didn't read the book, you wouldn't really properly follow the storyline. But in this movie, Dune, if you haven't read the book, you could properly follow the movie. Like, I think that's how it should be, because not everybody, you know, reads the book and then watches the movie. Only some people, you know, if they actually really enjoy and like it, they will do that. So cheers to that. Have a beautiful day. Stay warm. Go get your peanut butter cup iced macchiato. You can get it hot too. Go try the spider donut. And go watch Dune, because it's a beautiful movie. And I hope it gets some sort of Oscar. I'm kind of thinking it's gonna get something for sound effects. But best movie, I think it could be nominated, but I'm not sure it's gonna win. Only because drama movies tend to really dominate that part. But who knows? There's always a first time for everything, and we have like 5 or 6 months until we see the Oscars, so there is some time. So yes, so toodles.